Hey y'all, what is up? Keasbey here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit fun. We're going to be doing another PSA return video. But before we get into all that, don't forget to drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel for even more. So this is, first and foremost, a huge thank you to D Legend. I'm going to drop his Instagram and his YouTube in the description. He acted as the middleman again for this, and yeah, everything went super smooth. So this is actually two PSA return videos in one. The first one is from a little while back. I actually filmed and recorded all of it, but I never did the editing on it, so we're just going to combine it into this video. So we got a pretty big stack of cards, as you can see. Let's get right into it. I am first going to mention three cards that are no longer in my possession. The first of which was a PSA for first edition starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes White Dragon. Really cool. Got it at a garage sale in a stack of like 7 other starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes White Dragons. It was the only first ed one, but you know, I'll take it. Next was a Hobby League Sangan. That one came back a 5. Not sure if y'all are familiar with the Hobby League cards, but I actually do have one right here to show you. It's a little bit hard to see on here, but as you can see, it's kind of like a proto Starlight rare almost. I used to really like this rarity. I got the Sangan a long time ago when I was kind of like upgrading Dex rarity in the mid 2000s, but I don't know. I prefer my first edition Metal Raiders one now for using. And the last card on the list was a Forceful Sentry from Magic Rulers. That one came back in 8. I was actually a little bit surprised. I thought it was much cleaner. I was hoping it was going to be a 10. So anyway, burn through those. Those are no longer with me. Let's look at the ones that we still have. So this first stack that we're going to look at, I know the grades already. I've known them for a while now. So I am going to hide them for you guys, though. First and foremost, we've got Shiba Warrior Taro. So if you remember my first PSA video, I sent my OCG copy of this goodest of boys, and it came back a 9. Sorry, I had to look at the shelf. I can remember off the top of my head. This one is a little bit worse for wear, unfortunately, than that one, but still, it's one of my favorite cards. I had to send it in, and it came back a 7. So not the best grade, but I'll take it. I might try to get a better condition one down the line. We'll just jump right into the next one. It is Shiba Warrior Taro. What a surprise. This one's in Korean. I just sent it in because, again, it's my favorite card. It reminds me of my own dog, which makes me really happy. And yeah, this one was a little bit cleaner, and it came back an 8. Very cool. All right, let's see what we got next up. So this is one of my favorite cards. It's Gemini Imps. I don't know if y'all know what it does. It's an old premium pack card that says if your opponent would play a card or effect that would make you discard from your hand, discard this instead, negate and destroy the card, and then you get to draw a card. So it was a very early hand trap. I've always wanted it to be good. I have like 3 of them sleeved up, ready to side deck in. And this is the original OCG artwork. They edited out the wings, some of the background, I think, and the horns for TCG, but I just love the OCG version, and it came back in 8. Pretty awesome. Next up, always one of my favorite cards, Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness. So this is the original Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga promo. If y'all aren't familiar, Yu-Gi-Oh! R was kind of, I forget exactly where it falls in the timeline, but it dealt with Pegasus' son coming back for revenge. If you've ever seen The Wicked Gods, that's the part of the series that they come from. And I always just like this card. Obviously, it was super meta relevant. Definitely has the distinction of a card that just straight up altered, there's some dust on the back of that. A card that just straight up altered player behavior in that you really wanted to attack with your lowest attack monsters first before committing a high attack. And this one came back a 9. Very, very clean copy of it. Just such a nice card. I love it. Moving on, we've got a collector's rare copy of the Seal of Ulri Kalkos. This is from the OCG Rarity Collection. I don't know. Waking the Dragons was my favorite arc of the original anime. I don't care what anyone says. And yeah, collector's rare. It looks really nice. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but there you go. Now you can see some of that really cool foiling on this. Absolutely love this card. Very clean copy of it. Unfortunately, it only came back in 8. I was kind of expecting more, but you know what? We'll take it. Look at that. The nice foiling on that. Beautiful. And the last, we've got one more twofer. First up, we've got Big Shield Gardna from Tournament Pack 6. Just one of my favorite DM era cards. I always kind of tried to use it because you were running Rhoda in so many decks back then. Search DD Warrior Lady, search Exiled Force, things like that. So, and hey, technically it's a counter to Noblemen of Crossout. And very, very clean. This came back a perfect 10. So very cool to see that. One of my favorite cards. And we got one more copy of it. So this is the original OCG printing of it from, I forget which Game Boy game it's from, but look at that, 2001. This card's seen some stuff. This card's over 20 years old. Wild, right? And we got a 9 on it. I really wish this got the 10. If I had to pick one to get the 10 and one to get the 9, but whatever. Is what it is. I'm happy with it. All right, so that was the first submission. I know we kind of shot through those really fast, but let's get to the fun ones that I'm not aware of yet. Yeah, we did a big submission. All right, so I think we're doing this in the right order. Yeah, we are. All right. So we got a super rare copy of the Seal of Orichalcos. Same thing. This was just a much cleaner copy of it. Honestly, the only reason I sent this in is because I think it's like a contender for maybe being a 10. If we look, like, I can see it much better in person. You can see humidity marks on the back of that. That's fun. But yeah, it's very, very clean. Let's see what we got. I mean, that's a bummer. I can't complain about a 9, but I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping for a 10 as like an upgrade to the collector's rare one that I got. But you know what? I'll take a 9. I'll keep one of those. I don't know which one yet. All right, next up, we've got the Winged Dragon of Ra. So this is a Shonen Jump promo. Really, really cool. There we go. Come in focus. There we go. Thank you. Really, really cool artwork on this card. I always prefer this over the original artwork where he's just kind of standing there awkwardly. This card was in okay condition. I'm kind of maybe hoping for like, I don't know, at least near mint on it, like something in that range. I've had this for forever. I actually don't even remember where. I might have got this from the magazine. Let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, I mean, obviously I was hoping for higher, but, didn't expect much higher. I'll take a near mint on that. Very cool. Moving on along, we've got the Archfiend of Gilfar. This is just an old favorite card of mine. By the time I was able to get one, though, I knew enough to know it wasn't that good. But still, I mean, look at the artwork on that bad boy. This is also a Shonen Jump promo. I actually didn't realize the Winged Dragon of Ra was from 2010. Really? Wow. Where did I get that? I wasn't even playing at the time. Anyway, this is from 2004, so it's been around. Pretty clean front and back. Definitely falls into that near mint category for sure. Hopefully better than a 7. Let's see what we got. Okay. 8 on this. That seems fair. Yeah, just a really, really cool card that I always liked, and I've had this sitting around for a while, so I figured, why not? Send it in. Get a nice grade on it. All right. Volcanic Rat. So this is a first edition from Tactical Evolution. This is actually, I got it graded as a gift for my wife. She doesn't play or collect, but she thought this card was super, super cute. And while I was sorting bulk, I found it, and it's really clean for like a 2007 bulk box card. There's like fingerprint marks on the back are driving me nuts. And what do you think? I think we got something good on this. I'm happy with the 9, don't get me wrong. It would have been cool to give her be like, here's a perfect volcanic rat. But that's pretty close to perfect. Mint. I'll take it. Moving right along. Okay, so the next few are all ultimate rares. They're not in great condition, but they're cards that I absolutely, absolutely love. And we're going to kick it off with Evil Hero Malicious Edge. So I actually did try to run this in real life. It was around the time of Perfect Circle. I was running Infernal Prodigy as just like a free special summon to like go into a Monarch after that. And obviously it's supposed to synergize with this. If your opponent controls a monster, this becomes a 1 tribute. And then if you used Infernal Prodigy as the tribute material for a hero monster, you got to draw a card during the end phase. So like, they were trying it. I tried it. Turns out drawing a card in the end phase is as bad as it sounds in the early 2010s, late 2000s. And this card is just, it's seen much better days, but It was one of my favorites for sure, and it's a first edition Ultimate Rare from like 2007. Yeah, that's a 3. That seems about right. Honestly, this was just like a nostalgia slab, as really are the next two. Silent Swordsman level 5, Ultimate Rare from Flaming Eternity. This one's not in great shape either, honestly, but probably better than the Malicious Edge. This was another card that I kind of tried to make work. It's a decent-ish body for a 1 tribute being 2300. Being unaffected by spells, specifically your opponent's spell cards, was pretty cool in a time where like a lot of removal was spell-based. Like you had Smashing Ground, Hammer Shot. Occasionally you would see Fissure, Lightning Storm, Dark Hole, like all that stuff, would just bounce off of him. So tried it out. It didn't really work as well as I thought it would, but I did get an Ultimate Rare of it, and I've had this for forever. So let's see what we got. Okay. I don't know what the EX stands for. Excellent? Because, I don't know, maybe. Can't complain too much of that. Pretty happy with that. DD Survivor. Okay, so this is another one. This I actually ran like Macro Monarch back in the day. And DD Survivor was pretty good in that. Tribute him for any Monarch while Macrocosmos is up, and boom, he comes back. And he just looks so... He always looks so cool, first of all. Look at that artwork. And then just Ultimate Rare. Really nice looking card. This one's actually in... Stop doing that. Decent-ish condition. So let's see what we got. 7. Okay, you know what? That's better than I thought it was going to be. I have no complaints about that. More than happy with that. All right. Moving on along. Swordsman of Landstar. Now we're getting into the fun ones. This is just a card that I love. Joey's my favorite character. Saying Swordsman of Landstar in his voice is so fun. I picked this up, I don't remember where, from like a shop that has a lot of good OCG cards, and it just looked really clean. It's from Structure Deck Joey in the OCG, and I think it's maybe a contender for a 10. I'm hopeful. Let's see. Close. Very close. We got a 9. I'm happy to see it, though. Look at that doofus. I love this card. Did you know it got a retrain? Comrade Swordsman of Landstar? Alright. This card is terrible, but I absolutely love it. Chthonian Emperor Dragon. So, for those of you who don't know, Gemini is a really, really bad failed mechanic in this game where basically you summon something and then you use an additional normal summon on it to Gemini summon it, and it gets an effect. The problem was when they introduced Gemini summoning, the payoffs for all the Gemini monsters were pretty terrible, with like the exception of Illblood, which didn't even have relevance as a Gemini. It was just like a really, really good zombie monster. But the rest of them were pretty terrible. Chthonian Emperor Dragon was technically the original boss monster for them. 1 tribute, 2400. And then if you summon it again, the payoff is it can attack twice. On a 2400 body. Does it do anything when it destroys something by battle? Nope. Does it get piercing? Nope. It can just attack twice for all that work. But it was always one of my favorite cards, and I had this very, very clean copy of it. Let's see. All right. Okay, so that's our first 10 of the new submission. I'm really, really, really happy to see it. Yeah, you know what? It's such a cool looking card, honestly. I built the Gemini deck, by the way. It was as bad as you think it is. But I really, really wanted to try it out. I just always loved the mechanic. So, you know what? I'm really happy to... Terrible card, but it came back at 10. Okay, so this is a Trickstar token in French. This is my favorite token. I was using this as a token before I started getting cards graded, and I really wish I hadn't, because, like, I don't know. It's definitely been played, but, like, it still looked really nice. Honestly, I have a thing for tokens, too. Like, I like collecting them, and this one just looks so cool. Look at that. And Far Star just sounds kind of awesome in French, so let's see what we got. Okay. A little disappointed, but also not surprised. But you know what? That's going to sit and look real nice on a shelf. All right, so these last 4 are my really, really fun ones that I'm very excited for. First off, we've got a gift from my buddy Lou Splenda, Prismatic Secret Rare, Destiny Hero, Plasma. Or Blue D, you can see the D at the end of it, as is... Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. As you can see from the original OCG name. So he sent this to me, It looked so beautiful and clean that I just didn't want to touch it. I haven't actually ever physically touched this card. I just sent it in all the original packaging to D Legend, and he sent it forward to PSA. This one, I would bet money is a 10. I would honestly be, that's dust on it. I would honestly be shocked if this were anything less than a 10. It was so immaculate, and oh yeah, we knew it. Thank you again, Lou. This card is beautiful. I love it. All right. Next up, a not so beautiful card. Beast Fangs from OCG Volume 1. So, I picked this up because it goes with our boy Meotoko over here. It is the original equip card that works to him. And yeah, it's very beat up, as you can see. You know, it's a card from 1999. But it's a rare, so that's pretty cool. And it's, I love that old OCG layout where the text box was like really small and everything. Let's see what we got on this. Okay, I mean, it's to be expected. It's a cool companion card for our boy Meotoko. All right. Speaking of, I had no idea this was a Joey card, but Legendary Collection Joey's World. And just for the sake of doing it, I'm going to read it in Joey's voice. Hey, this big old guy with a big old eye shoots a nasty ray beam right at you. So I have a ton of these. This is just like the cleanest copy that I have of it. So I sent it in to get it graded. And let's take a look at the back really quick. And let's see what we got. Oh, I was really hoping for a 10, but what can you do? Still, though, you know what? Looks really nice. We're going to try again for a 10, absolutely. But we have one more shot at it because in 2018, for the 20th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh!, they reprinted OCG Volume 1. I think they did other ones too. Everything exactly the same here. So this is part of why Meotoko's out. So if you look at them side by side, the only real difference that you can see between the reprint and the original is that the original doesn't have the Eye of Anubis in the corner, whereas the reprint does. But really, really cool to have both of these. And I'm really, really hoping that this has a double-digit grade on it. Let's have a look at the back. I'm nervous. Let's see what we got. Okay, so you know what? Now I'm a little bit more upset that only got a 9, but we're definitely going to have to try to re-roll. So side by side, Meotoko Gem Mints. Absolutely my favorite card. And I'll take it. If any of them were going to come back at 10, it was these two that I was really hoping for. But, the 10 on the Chthonian Emperor Dragon's cool. The 10 on the Plasma, cool, but also super expected. Hard to be super surprised by that. And yeah, so that's been another giant PSA submission video. Again, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop this video a like, subscribe to the channel for even more. Huge thank you again to D Legend for making this happen, and I will catch y'all later.